trying to determine that how is the price determined of currency in terms of another currency, it is normal. Go back to your demand and supply chapter.
Yeah.
Okay, that is floating rate currency. Normal. In most of the cases, it is determined by the interaction of demands and supply. Okay. So suppose this is demand and supply, and this is market for dollars. Market for dollars means
Yes.
this is the demand curve for dollar. This is the supply curve for dollars. It won't be
Dollars.
demand
Yes.
for rupees and supply for dollar. Both will be same for one currency only.
Understood.
So now you tell me, when I'm talking about demand for dollars, who is creating this demand for dollars?
The rest of the world.
Yeah, rest of the world. Never confuse this, because demand for dollars would always be created by, suppose I have taken in this example by Indians.
Yes.
Americans would never create demand for dollars because they already have dollars. They don't
Yes.
need to create demand for it.
There is a special case, right, where they can create demand for dollars if they want their own currency to go up. Like they can sell rupees and like
that is when government intervenes. That is when government intervenes to devaluate or evaluate their currency. That's a different thing. I'm talking
this is the free market.
Yeah, this is free market.
All right.
Right. So demands would be created by Indians, and on the contrary, who would be supplying the dollars?
USA.
Yeah, so America would be supplying the dollars. This concept should be crystal clear. The demand will never be created by the same country. It would be always by rest of the world. And this is for Americans. Now suppose demand for dollars rises. Indians start demanding more dollars. What will happen? Which of the curves will shift and where?
The demand curve will shift to the right. Therefore, the price of dollars in Indian rupees will go up.
Demand for the dollars, you said, that is demand curve would shift to the right because Indians have started demanding it more. What will happen to the equilibrium now? Currency, the value of currency, dollar has
gone up.
Dollar has appreciated. If dollar has appreciated, rupees automatically will depreciate.
Here, what is the x-axis? The quantity of dollars?
Yeah, this is quantity. Normal, our this thing, demand supply. On the x-axis, we always keep the quantity.
No, but what, like the quantity of dollars where?
Quantity of dollars as in how much in the free market the dollar is getting demanded.
Oh, okay, all right, understood.
All right, this is price of dollar in terms of rupees here. Okay, so this was what happens when Indians suddenly started demanding more dollars. Because demand was created by Indians, the demand curve shifted to the right. Okay.
Yes.
This portion, I'll quickly get to this topic now. Foreign currency, whenever there is a change in foreign currency, either the currency appreciates or depreciates, there are basically 5 shifters of foreign currency. 5 common factors which leads to change in foreign currency, and there is a mnemonics to remember it, TIPSY.
Okay.
Wherein T stands for taste and preferences, I stands for interest rates.
Yes.
P stands for price level, that is inflation.
Yes.
S stands for speculation. Many a times what we do just to gain speculative profits, we exchange currency, right? That is what traders basically do, who trade in foreign market.
Yes.
And Y stands for income.
All right.
There are other shifters also, but these are the 5 basic shifters of foreign currency. We call these as shifters.
All right.
All right. Now each of it will have different shifters of foreign currency. There's a small mnemonics, TIPSY, to remember it.
Got it. Why is the Y considered income level? Because of GDP?
Yeah, because of GDP. GDP means what we denote income level as Y, na?
Yeah, because income level is also equal to the GDP.
Yeah.
Okay, understood.
Understood. Now these are the 5 shifters, and each time any of this change, either positively or negatively, it will have different impact on the home currency and the foreign currency.
Yes.
So if interest rates is rising in USA, it will have an effect both on the US currency and the Indian currency. If it is falling in US, it will have impact on both. So how does these impact? Today we would be discussing 2 of it. Let's first discuss the interest rate. What happens when the interest rate is increased? Because this is the most important one. This gets often asked. What happens to the interest rate? What happens when the interest rate is high? So let us suppose we are taking the example of India. RBI today decides to hike the interest rate in our country.
Okay.
Are aware of the RBI policy?
Sorry?
RBI policy, you are aware of it? The
Uh,
policy which they announce from time to time?
no, I don't think so.
Okay. What RBI does is they have a fixed time period defined in which they keep announcing the policy, and the main purpose of announcing that policy is that they keep making small changes to the interest rate. So
Okay,
that
so it's
now,
just constantly maintained monetary policy.
yeah, it's a monetary policy, right? Okay. So now suppose in this month's policy, RBI decided that we would hike the interest rate. Okay. Now we want to see
Okay.
what will be the impact of rupee on it, value of rupee. Now, I told you in the very beginning in economics, especially IGCSE, they give you marks on the basis of chain of analysis. Never miss a chain. Never assume that the examiner know this and so I'll not write it. Examiner knows nothing. Okay. So you have to give him everything from scratch, every small point also. That is how you'll
Yes.
score well in 6 markers and 8 markers. Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, when you are answering this question, suppose this is the question, you told me you need help for 6 markers and 8 markers. Suppose this is the question, what would you do? First and foremost, you would define what is interest rate.
Okay.
Okay. First, all the broad terms which are there, define those terms. Now start your chain of analysis. First, see, written as first step, rising interest rate means more return on investment. Is that correct? If you are investing in banks, if you're investing anywhere, you would be getting higher returns now. Say previously
Yes.
it was 5%, now it is 7%. RBI has hiked it. Okay. So you'll be getting 2%
Okay.
more interest.
Hmm.
Now countries keep investing in each other's countries. You know that Americans keep investing in our assets. We keep investing in America. So as soon as,
FDIs.
yeah, FDIs. So as soon as this interest rate has increased, what will happen? The American investors, they will find our assets to be more attractive rather than their own. They would
Yes.
want to invest in our asset. Okay. So high returns will what happen? They will attract the Americans to invest in Indian assets.
Yes.
And to invest in our assets, will they be able to invest in dollars or would they need rupees?
They will need rupees, which will
So they
create
would need
demand for the
rupees.
rupees.
So rupees demand would be created for rupees
Yes.
because they would need to convert their dollars into Indian rupees. Demand for rupees is
Yes.
increased. And when demand
Yes.
for a currency rises, what happens to the value of the currency? It appreciates.
Appreciation.
Yeah. So rupee appreciated. And obviously, if rupee is appreciated, dollar is depreciated.
Yes.
So make sure to give this chain of analysis in your 6 markers and 8 markers.
Okay.
Never assume that rising interest rate means more return on investment. Examiner knows this. No, examiner knows nothing. He is there to know from you. Even the
Yes.
small point you mentioned. Okay. So this was
Understood.
impact
Yes.
of interest rate hike on currency. The country which is hiking the interest rate, the currency of that country will appreciate. Clear?
Okay. Yeah, clear.
And one more thing, now what will happen to the impact of inflation on currency? Suppose in USA, inflation rate has increased.
Yes.
So tell me now, can you try this out through the chain of analysis? What would happen?
Okay. Inflation is the rise in the price level, and when the price level will rise in the USA, then in that case, what will happen? The
Okay,
aggregate
think
demand.
first
No.
from the point of view of Indians. How will it impact the Indians? USA may inflation rising.
Oh, okay, understood. Yes. So if inflation happens in the USA, which means the general price of goods increases in the USA, then people in India will likely not want to import from the USA because it's more costly.
Yeah.
And since that will happen, then people won't be in as much need of the US dollar because India is not investing in US as so much. So the demand for the US dollar will go down. Therefore, the
Demand
value of the
going
US
down.
dollar will depreciate, and the value of the INR will appreciate.
Okay. So up till this point, it was very clear that the demand for dollar has gone down. Because we as
Yes.
Indians, now we would not buy their goods, we'll buy our own goods. But
Yes.
inflation, remember, it's a double shifter.
Inflation
Inflation
is a double shifter.
is a double shifter. It shifts both the demand and the supply for the currency. Demand we have decreased.
Yes.
Now, what will happen with the Americans? We are talking about the general price level, general inflation here. So, general inflation is
Hmm.
on all kind of goods and services, right?
Yes.
Suppose someone is planning to buy a cell phone in America using US dollars. Now, since inflation
Yes.
has risen there, what he would think, let me buy this same cell phone from maybe India. I would not buy it in my country, I'll buy it from there.
Okay.
So to buy in our country, they will need our currency.
Yes.
They will have to sell dollar and buy rupees.
Yes.
So selling
Oh,
dollars
okay.
means what? They are creating supply for dollar.
Yes. Yes.
Supply for dollar increases, which shifts the supply curve.
Yeah, that shifts the supply curve and the price goes even more down.
Yeah. So now the equilibrium will be here, the new interaction point,
Yes.
1s1. So ultimately, yes, dollar has depreciated, but you need to understand this conceptually that both demand and supply would shift in this case, not only one,
Okay.
right? Ultimately, but dollar is depreciating. In your exam, generally, when they are giving you questions like this, what is the impact of inflation? They would mention whether they want to know the impact from the demand side or the supply side.
Okay.
And
If they don't, just give
if they don't mention, you give both. But generally, they mention
understood.
impact on the demand or impact on the supply. In that case, give whatever they have asked.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, I prepared this for your